Now, I can't lie, I love Apple Notes. Now, it isn't perfect, but in a sea of note-taking apps, I feel like this one offers a good blend of simplicity while still giving you all the things you would look for in a really good, solid note-taking app. And whether you're a student, a working professional, or someone who just wants a nice, convenient place to store your notes, I feel like the Notes app hits all of the benchmarks and requirements of a solid note-taking app. And to show you guys what I mean, let's take a look at some of my favorite Notes app features and how you can use the Notes app to its full potential. Now, one of the best things about the Notes app, in my opinion, is all the ways that you can include outside material to help supplement your notes. For example, if there's a video or media that you want to include in a note, all you have to do is take it from your Finder, drag and drop it into your note, and then you'll even have like a small little window where you can play your video from. And the same can be done with PDFs. Again, if you have a PDF that you want to include in a note, just drag and drop it from your Finder into the Notes app, and then you'll have that to reference within your notes. Now, one of my favorite things to include in my notes are links to websites that I might find useful later. And there are a few ways to do this. First up, you have your simple just dragging and dropping the link into your note. This is just a quick and simple way to be able to go back and reference the website from your notes. Now, what I find slightly more helpful and what I often find myself doing is finding a portion of the website that I think I'm going to be referencing in the future. I highlight it, I right click, I go to copy link with highlight, and then I paste that into my note. And then what I often do is I go in, I edit the link, and I rename it to something relevant to what I highlighted. And then eventually when you go and click on the link will actually take you to the section of the website that you highlighted, which is super nice, and it saves you from having to go and look for it later in the future. Now, similarly, if there's a block of text within a website that you want to include in a quick note, you again just highlight, right click, go to add to quick note. And then what's really nice here is that the block of text that you highlighted is actually included within the link. So then you don't actually have to click on the link and go to the website to see what you highlighted. Now, if you ever find yourself on a website and your notes isn't open for whatever reason and you want to include a block of text or a quote to your notes, you can again just highlight. Now just go up to share in the top right hand corner, go down to notes, and then from there you can actually choose which note the text gets added to. Now, to include an audio recording, just go to the paperclip icon, click record audio, and then from here you can record whatever you may need. And then once you're done, it'll save into a nice little box that you can then click on later. Now, many of you may be aware about dragging and dropping links into a note, but what you may not have known is that if you do that with a YouTube link, it'll actually create a small player where if you click on that, it'll actually play the video within the note. I thought this was pretty cool and I just wanted to pass this along. Now, you can also link other notes by typing the greater than symbol twice, clicking one of the recent notes that pop up in the drop down window. And then what I often do is I right click, open that note in a new window, and then I can reference that note while I'm typing in my other note window. And lastly, for those of you who didn't know, you can drag and drop addresses from maps right into notes. It's a quick and simple way to add addresses or locations if you ever have travel plans. Now, I don't really use Apple Intelligence with the Notes app. It's honestly not that helpful, but I do use the key points and summary feature from time to time. Now, to do this, just highlight the portion of your notes or the PDF you want to get a summary of, right click, go to show writing tools, and then you can click summary or get the key points. Now, I did just want to warn you guys about a bug that I've ran into quite a few times. If you, for whatever reason, try to do a summary or key points, and you try to do that by clicking the writing tools at the top of the screen, you may get a pop-up window that says writing tools unavailable, try a longer selection. For me, my workaround is instead of going up to the writing tools at the top, I just right click instead and then go to writing tools there, and it seems to work. Not sure why this happens, but that's just kind of my workaround. Now, if you're ever using notes on your phone and you just quickly want to flip back and forth between notes, you can do this by just clicking the three dots in the top right corner, going to recent notes, and then just flipping back and forth from your notes from there. I find that's a little easier and quicker than clicking the back arrow and then just flipping through your notes and trying to find what you need that way. Now, one of my first ever videos on the channel was actually on the Notes app, And in that video, I kind of went over some of the things that I felt like the Notes app was lacking. Two of those things being the fact that you couldn't highlight your notes and there wasn't a way to make a collapsible list within your notes. And not long after that, with the introduction of macOS Sequoia, Apple finally introduced the ability to highlight your notes and make collapsible lists. And so even though I know many of you may be aware of this already, I just wanted to just make sure I mentioned it since they literally just added it, say maybe a year and a half ago. Now, if you ever find yourself with physical notes or physical documents that you want to include within your Notes app, you have a couple of options. Your first option is to use the camera from your device to scan the text and have that text included within your notes. To do this, just click on the paperclip icon, go to scan text, and then use your camera to focus on the area of the document that you want included in your notes, and then click insert. This is a quick and simple way to include handwritten notes that you may have into your Notes app. Now, if you have entire pages of notes or documents that you want to include within your Notes app as a PDF, you can use the scan document feature to take pictures of those documents and then include those within your notes as a PDF. This is super helpful if you just want to include an entire page of something while also including maybe any graphs or tables that may be on that page that you want to make sure you get within your notes. But there you have it, my favorite tips and features. If I missed anything or if you guys found anything helpful, drop it down below. But as always, guys, have a fantastic day. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.